Hey, what's up guys, this is Team Rage here. I'm going to be doing a duel video from Dueling Network. Now I'm using Cam Studio, so it's kind of lag a little bit. This is Snowman408 from there. He said he had a YouTube channel, but I don't think that's his name. So he's running Black Wings. I'm running Tech Genus Plants. I opened pretty solid, but I'm missing a couple combo pieces for me to really go off. So I just set Sangan in 3 back rows. I think I set Torrential, which is the right one. The middle I think was Trapstone, the other is Solemn. And he just sets a back row. Then he normal summons Sirocco. And I don't want him to have a monster on the field. And I think plussing off of Torrential Tribute is pretty decent. So I go ahead and use I activate Torrential Tribute, destroying my set Sangan and his Sirocco. And after he destroys it, I search for Tech Genus Striker and add it to my hand. Whenever that happens. And then he plays Pot of Duality, and he flips up 3 really good cards, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. He flips over Delta Crow, Allure, and cards for Black Feathers. And then I think he takes Allure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he takes Allure, actually. Yep, I was right. And waiting. Then he activates Allure of Darkness, and instead of, doing it like a usual player does, he removes the dark first. I'm like, noob much? But meh. He removes Blizzard, if I remember correctly. And obviously in the chat box, if you're reading that, I asked him if he had a YouTube channel. And, oh, yeah, I was right. He said he didn't have one with this name. But after he removes Blizzard, he draws 2 cards, gets rid of Allure. And lucky him, I said I may be putting this up on YouTube. Too bad he didn't get a channel name to me, otherwise I could give him a shout out. So I draw into Limit Reverse, and I'm like, this is pretty good. And I think in this next turn, not this one, but I think the next one, I think is when I, like, explode. So I set the Limit Reverse, I believe. Yeah, I set Limit Reverse and set Tech Genus Striker. No, I summoned Tech Genus Striker. And, dot. And then I enter my battle phase. After asking if he has a response, he says, sadly, no. Yeah, I enter my battle phase. I attack him directly, hoping that face down card's not a deep prison. And luckily for me, the attack goes through. And then after that, I ended my turn. Let's see, he draws. He plays another Pot of Duality, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I was right. He plays another Pot of Duality. This time he reveals, let's see. I can't remember what they were. I think it was like 2 Boras and a Delta Crow. Yeah, I was right. 2 boars and a Delta Crow, and his, sorry about that, and his target for Pot of Duality out of that was Delta Crow. And I'm like, oh, so, okay, I can't let him keep a Blackwing on the field. At least not with my back row. After he gets rid of Pot of Duality, I think he summons Shura. Yeah, he summons Shura, and I'm like, no, I'll activate Solemn Judgment. And luckily for me, he didn't have 2 other Blackwings on the field for him to play Delta Crow. And I almost think that was Solemn Warning, so I almost go for the 2000. I'm like, oh wait, that's Solemn Judgment. Then he's like, on what? And I'm like, sure, a summon, question mark. He sets 1 back row, I think. Oh, I like Shura, he says. I draw into MST, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. I play that first. Hitting the card, wait, I think I play that first, don't I? No, I activate Trap Stun, and I ask for a response. And then he says no, I believe. Yeah, he says no, and then I activate Limit Reverse and Chain to Trap Stun, and I revive Sangan. And I asked for a response again, and yep, he said no again. Then I Synchro, I think. What did I Synchro for? I think for Hyper Librarian. Yeah, why would I go for Catastor? And I can't make Wonder Magician, so yeah, Hyper Librarian. And then I search for Sangan. And I search Tech Genius Werewolf, I believe. Yep, I was right. And then I normal summon the Lone Fire in my hand, and then I use priority and send it to the graveyard. He tries to effect Veiler me, and I'm like, you can't do that, because Lone Fire's effect has priority, and it goes to the graveyard first. But now that I know he has Effect Veiler in his hand, I'm like, oh, now if I try to do anything else, he's probably going to Effect Veiler my Librarian, which that doesn't change anything. And I special summon Spore, and I special summon Tech Genius Werewolf since a level 4 monster was summoned or lower. And then I Synchro for Armory Arm. And like I said, he uses Effect Veiler on Hyper Librarian. And then he plays another Effect Veiler and targets Armory Arm, and I'm like, okay, thanks. And then I activate Spore's effect and I remove Lone Fire and special summon Spore back at level 4. Then I Synchro him and Armory Arm for Scrap Dragon. after asking if he has a response, which he doesn't. Thank you, Trap Stun. That I'm pretty sure none of this would have taken actually, well, the move would have taken place if I hadn't used Trap Stun, but I know that face down card's Mirror Force, so I'm like, oh my god, thank you. And I target Limit Reverse and his face down card that he set last turn, which was Delta Crow, if I remember right. And then I go in for a direct attack of both. That brings his life point total down to 2,000. And then did I set the MST? I can't remember. I think I activated it, actually. No, I set MST, and end of my turn, he draws, and, waiting. He sets a monster, and then, when he ends his turn, I think I MST. No, I don't. I know that face down's Mirror Force, because I remember MSTing it, but I just don't remember when I played it. And I was trying to see if there was a way maybe I could get some extra cards off of Hyper Librarian, but I don't have Dandelion or Lone Fire in the graveyard anymore. If I would have kept a Lone Fire in there, like when I activated it first hand, I would have had a play there. I could have had a Black Rose and stuff. And then I use MST finally and destroy his Mirror Force. And I'm like, haha, take that. And he's like, damn, Trap Stun. I think about setting the Debris Dragon, but then I'm like, and then I'm just like, wait, he only has 2,000 left. I can just activate Scrap Dragon's effect and destroy Librarian and his face down monster and attack for game, which is exactly what I do. And obviously he loses. So yeah, that was the Duel, guys. Sadly, there's no match type feature on Dueling Network yet, so I can't do full matches, and I just did one duel. But by the way, that was my Tech Genus Plants deck. That I had my deck profile for Deck of the Month too. I just wanted to know what you guys thought of that. Obviously, you see how it plays with Hyper Librarian. It would have gone a little bit further if I didn't get effect failored. But, yeah, that was the Duel, guys, and the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Always remember to subscribe and comment, rate. Check out Dueling Network if you haven't already. It's a really good way to test decks. Sadly, there's no Exceed monsters yet. But, it does have the new Dark World deck, which is some pretty broken shit. Don't forget to check out my other videos, and I'm really sorry, guys, again, for missing out on the Deck of the Month last month. And like I told you, we're having 3 decks this month. The Scrap deck should be up probably Saturday night or Sunday night. I'm not going to be able to meet up with Eric, but instead it's going to be my friend Bobby from Big Bad Boo Daddy. I'll have a link to his channel at the top of the screen. Be sure to check him out. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So thanks for watching, and peace out.